it's very difficult to stay positive. Hello, my name is Karen Andronico. I am currently the assistant principal of English at Herbert H. Lehman High School. In general, my role is enormous. I am supervising 30 English teachers. Next year, I'll be also supervising a small learning community of maybe 15 to 20 teachers across the curriculum. I'm trying to create a series of electives to prepare students for careers in journalism, both print and broadcast. Technology. Ignore. A lot of challenges are not having enough teachers to teach the electives. We need people who have background in film, in journalism, in television production, in radio production, and that's difficult, particularly since there's a freeze on hiring, because I can't hire the people who have the talent and the credentials that I need. I'm relying on one or two teachers, and it's a lot to put on one or two people. We know no child should be left behind. We know we want differentiated instruction, but the demands are there, but where's the support to meet the demands? Where's the real talk about what's going on in schools? I come home frustrated every day because I have 400 kids next year. I'll have 600 kids that are going to be in my community, and I made them a promise, but I can't do it alone. Do something because this isn't working.
My name is James McSherry. I'm a teacher at Herbert H. Lehman High School. Oddly enough, I attended Lehman High School from 1976 to 80 as a student. I've been teaching at Lehman High School for 20 years. I was a dean for 15 of those 20 years. A lot of incidents in the dean's office. It became, sort of daunting task to teach and do the disciplinary hearings. So I left the dean's office after 15 years, and I dedicated my time to teaching film and media arts. I loved teaching the kids, and it kept me in touch with my first love, which is writing. I started as a writer. I didn't go to school to be a teacher. I went to Columbia University to be a writer, and when I graduated, I decided, what can I do to make some money, and something I could be happy doing. So it wasn't just about the money; it was about personal happiness. I also published a memoir about growing up in the Bronx, and my school is now my books is now taught in the public school system. It's good to connect with the kids on that level. They see I'm still passionate about my first love and my artistic side, and it inspires them.
Hi, I'm Joe Rivera. I'm studying to become a teacher. And the reason I'm studying to become a teacher is back when I was in high school, in my senior year, I had a teacher named Mr. McSherry. He taught film, and he just really inspired me because of the approach he took to the students. He never made it feel like work. He was very demanding. We had a lot of tasks to do in such a limited amount of time, but he never made it seem like schoolwork. He always made it fun, and I always thought that if I was ever to become a teacher, I'd be a teacher just like him, because I'd want my students to enjoy what they're doing and not think that they're wasting their time sitting in a classroom. Now I'm a little worried because I'm about to graduate in about a year, and there's a hiring freeze, and it's going to be awful if all I got out of college was an expensive piece of paper. The clock's ticking, and I'd hate to be an old man when I become a teacher, because then they'd be like, oh, he's obviously a teacher. I want to be young and cool. I want to be a young, cool teacher. So then people are like, hey, he's close in age to me. I'd like to learn from him.
Teaching is great. It's a great profession, and it's a shame that there's a hiring freeze now for teachers. With the budget and the state that it's in, they're talking about layoffs. Actually, we haven't had layoffs since the 1970s, and it was a fiscal mess in the 70s under Mayor Beam, and now hopefully not a mess under Bloomberg, but they're threatening with 8,000 to 8,500 teacher layoffs. And they're trying to eliminate seniority. So a teacher who's been teaching 20 minutes is on the same level playing field as a teacher who's been teaching 20 years. There's so many complex issues, but teaching is, I think an undervalued profession, and we should be recruiting new teachers and new talent and making offers to them that will make them, want to be in this profession, instead of putting on a hiring freeze and making it difficult for people to come in. There's over 1 million New York City public school students, who need young, talented minds to teach them. And if there's no seniority and there's a hiring freeze, it's going to be hard for young people to say, hey, this is a career I want to spend the next 20 or 30 years of my life in. It's not realistic.